Have you ever wondered how one decision can alter the course of your life forever? Life is a tapestry of choices, each thread intertwining with the next, shaping the picture of our existence. Sometimes the choices we make, in a moment of weakness or in the pursuit of fleeting happiness, can lead us down paths we never intended to walk. Let's take a journey down one such path today, a path paved with regret and self-reproach, a path that I myself have walked. A tale of love, betrayal, and the gnawing remorse that follows in their wake. Imagine living a life that, on the surface, appears picture perfect. A beautiful family, a doting husband, 2 wonderful children. But under the surface, there runs a current of deceit. A secret so potent it could shatter this idyllic facade into 1,000 pieces. Imagine carrying a secret that could shatter the image of perfection you've so carefully crafted. The truth always has a way of surfacing, no matter how deep you bury it. This is the realization I came to when I decided to face my own truths. It's a daunting task to confront the skeletons in your closet, but it's a necessary one. During my marriage, I was unfaithful. Yes, it's true. I, who played the part of the perfect wife so convincingly, was not as blameless as I portrayed myself to be. It's a confession that's hard to admit, harder still to share with the world. But here it is. My truth laid bare. I cheated, not for any tangible reasons one might expect, not out of dissatisfaction or unhappiness, but out of a misguided search for something more, something different. It was a foolish pursuit, one that ultimately led to the destruction of my family. Each time I strayed, the guilt would gnaw at me, a constant reminder of my betrayal. But I hid it well, masked it behind a smile, behind the facade of the perfect wife. I cooked, I cleaned, I cared for our children, all while harboring this dark secret. I was living a double life and it was slowly eating me alive. But why, you might ask? Why maintain this charade, this facade of perfection? The answer is simple. Fear. Fear of judgment, fear of losing my family, fear of the consequences of my actions. I was a coward, too afraid to face my own mistakes. But the truth, as they say, always comes out. And when it did, it shattered the illusion I had so painstakingly built. My husband found out, our marriage ended, and the perfect wife was exposed for what she truly was, an imposter. And so the perfect wife was not so perfect after all. It's a bitter pill to swallow, a harsh reality to face. But it's my reality, one that I have to live with every single day. And it's a reality that I hope, in sharing with you, might help others avoid the same mistakes I made. The consequences of our actions are often harsher than we anticipate. This statement rings true, now more than ever, as I look back on the last 5 years of my life. After my divorce, I was left with the responsibility of raising our 2 children alone. The echoes of their laughter once filled the house, now replaced by the hollow emptiness of their father's absence. I see the longing in their eyes, the silent questions they dare not ask, and the forced smiles they put on, trying to be strong for their mother. The divorce was not just an ending of a marriage, it was the fracturing of a family, a ripple effect that has left its mark on the most innocent. Meanwhile, my ex-husband found love again, and from what I can see, he seems happier than ever. He has a new wife, a fresh start, and a better car parked in his driveway. The universe, it seems, has rewarded him despite the chaos we both caused. The contrast between our lives is stark. I watch as he thrives, living a life that could have been ours, had we made different choices. I see the happiness in his eyes, the same eyes that once looked at me with such affection. I see the life he now shares with another woman, a life filled with blessings I can only dream of. Sometimes, I can't help but wonder, is his happiness a result of leaving me, or is it merely the outcome of a new beginning? Is it possible that in our quest for perfection, we overlook the beauty of our imperfections? The truth is, our actions have consequences, and they're often harsher than we anticipate. Our choices, our mistakes, they don't just affect us, they affect those around us, especially the ones we hold dear. And now, as I navigate through this maze of single parenthood, I am constantly reminded of the aftermath of my decisions, the price I had to pay for my mistakes. And while he thrives, I am left in the aftermath of my decisions. Co-parenting is a dance that requires 2, but what happens when one partner is missing? Imagine trying to waltz alone, spinning in circles, reaching out for a partner who isn't there. That's what it feels like to navigate the world of co-parenting when the other parent is largely absent. The rhythm is off, the balance skewed, and the dance becomes a struggle. Our two children, precious as they are, bear the brunt of this disjointed dance. Their father is a phantom figure, a man who exists in their lives as a sporadic presence, an unpredictable visitor. His absence is not only physical but emotional. Birthdays missed, school events overlooked, even the mundane daily routines are left to me alone. The children ask questions, their eyes filled with bewilderment. Where is Daddy? When is he coming to see us? These questions echo in the silence of our home, and I'm left scrambling for answers that will soothe their troubled hearts. I find myself patching up the holes his absence leaves, trying my best to fill the void. But how does one person become two? How do I play the roles of both mother and father? I find myself wearing multiple hats, juggling responsibilities that were meant to be shared. It's a precarious balancing act, one that leaves me exhausted and stretched thin. Yet I continue to dance the dance, spinning in circles, reaching out for a partner who isn't there. Despite the struggles, the heartache, and the loneliness, there is a strange strength that emerges from this solo dance. A resilience that comes from knowing that I am enough for my children, that I can be their rock, their constant. I am their mother, their father, their world. And so I continue to dance, alone but not defeated, for the sake of my children. The struggle of co-parenting with an absent partner is real. It's tough, and it's often heartbreaking. But it's a dance I'm willing to do, over and over again, for the love of my children. Yet life moves on, with or without him. Regret is a heavy burden, but acceptance can lighten the load. We all have our own paths to tread, our own mistakes to make. Mine was a path of deception, of betrayal, and it led me to a world of regret. When I look back at the woman I was, the wife I pretended to be, I see a woman lost in her own lies, tangled in a web of deceit. But the past is a strange place. It's where we learn our hardest lessons. It's where we become who we are meant to be. I never claimed perfection, but I played the part well. I lived the lie, hoping it would somehow become my truth, believing that my actions weren't hurting those I loved. But in the end, it was my children who paid the price. They lost their father, their family unit, and for that, my heart aches with a regret that is almost unbearable. But as time has passed, I have begun to see the value in my mistakes. I have learned about honesty, about integrity, about the importance of being true to oneself and to others. It's a hard lesson, and one I wish I could have learned in a less painful way. But it's a lesson nonetheless. Acceptance has been a journey of introspection and self-forgiveness. I've had to face the woman in the mirror, the woman who caused so much pain, and find a way to forgive her. Forgive her for her mistakes, for her lies, for her betrayal. It's been a difficult journey, but a necessary one. A journey that has led me to a place of peace, of understanding, and of self-love. My ex-husband has moved on, he's found happiness in his new life, and for that I am genuinely happy. I am learning to let go of my regrets, to accept the choices I made, and to move forward, for myself and for my children. In the end, we are not defined by our mistakes, but by how we rise after falling,